Is there a true history and a false history? How can we tell them apart? From the great civilizations of distant antiquity to the Middle Ages, from the time of the Renaissance to the Age of Enlightenment, and later, historical records leave out one essential character, the magus. A man able to understand and know reality through the language of symbol, a man capable of transforming the world. Alchemy is the art of transforming base metals into gold. Although they were different in their approach and methods, the traditions agreed on the material and spiritual values of their quest. They believed that when a true alchemist works on matter, he is also working on himself. Indeed, this is a necessary factor in explaining and understanding the significance of the doctrine. Every successful experiment leads to an evolution of the world and of the inner consciousness. The constant quest of history shows that alchemy, with its persistence, is not an imperfect science, but instead a complex system of knowledge that is deeply rooted in man.
We know of alchemical traditions in 3 areas: China, India, and the Mediterranean countries. Generally speaking, a substance called elixir, a word made up of an Arabic adjective and a Greek term for the dust of transmutation, was credited with the ability to transform base metals into gold and to serve as a medication for the human body, a drug capable of giving long life. Over roughly 200 years, discussion led to outlining precisely the scope of what was the significance of the alchemical opus, a work that was capable in turn of creating perfection. It was with this complexity that the elixir arrived in the Latin world.
Proprio questo che i signori dell'ordine nascondono. Che non vi è differenza fra grande e piccolo. Che tutto è collegato in armonia. Che ogni essere umano può realizzare la propria forza attraverso la conoscenza della natura.
To find the original and universal principle of the world, that is, the truth of God.
We advance, or at least we try to advance, towards the sun, the light, and the truth. Tradition that deals with magic and comes to us from antiquity, the truth lies behind us.
Alchemy is obviously drawing on a very deep symbolical resource within human imagination, and at the same time it's anticipating things that might well come to be in the historical process of a more practical and material nature.
This shows that alchemy is a resource of meanings, and these meanings demand explanation. That's the only way for us to understand why the images of alchemy still continue to hold such fascination for us. In addition to this, the wisdom of alchemy is related to unfilled needs and themes that are missing from our lives. That is, the perfection of matter and the eternity of time.
What is the nature of truth?
Alchemical manuscripts are not meant to be accessible to everyone. They are written to be read and understood by only a select few.
Un grande insegnamento che pare nessuno abbia ascoltato in questi anni di guerra assassina. Maestro, dopo tanti anni di assenza tornate, il vostro aspetto non è affatto cambiato.
Guardatemi adesso. Io esisto da sempre.
Ma che cosa?
Ci sono dei cicli nella storia del mondo che devono avvenire. Io possiedo la pietra filosofale, ma so ugualmente che non posso rivelare il suo mistero fino alla fine del secolo. Prendete questo. È il mio ultimo scritto. noi non ci vedremo più. Ma verrà un giorno in cui vi chiederò di diffonderli e solo allora gli uomini potranno conoscere il termine di una storia millenaria.
The text is a stark warning of the end of a cycle freely dominated by the decadence of Western culture.
The main point is terrestrial magnetism and the subsequent inversion of the poles, which is a perfectly natural phenomenon that occurs every time the Earth's magnetic field progressively wanes. Finally, the adept has become a man of immortal consciousness, and therefore, in this condition, he has reached an eternal present. Thus here is the real image of immortality and eternity.